F&F Q&A 5. We have a good one today. We're going to talk about confidence building, increasing our prices, and how to work with proteges.
You supply the Q's and we bring the A's. It's the Form and Function Q&A show. Andy's question is, do you have any suggestions on how to build self-esteem?
Andy, thank you so much for this question. It really means a lot that you reached out. I think that there are three phases that confidence comes through. All right. First is, and almost most importantly, is our internal dialogue. You see, if I were to sit here and I were to say, you can't do this, you're not going to be able to do that, it doesn't even matter the effort that you're putting in, you're not going to be successful, you would be very upset with me, you wouldn't want to listen to my message, and unfortunately, lots of people do that to themselves. Right? Lots of people are telling themselves that message each and every day. I think that for the most part, the reason that we all went into beauty school was because we told ourselves, I can be a successful hairstylist. I can be good at this. And so we start with this great, empowering message to ourselves. Just like when we're kids and someone's like, hey, can you draw me a giraffe? And you're like, I can draw you the best giraffe. And then somewhere along the line, when someone says, can you draw a giraffe? We're like, well, yeah, I can, but I never get the neck right and his legs are too tall. Like, there's something that happens and we change the message that we're telling ourselves. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. You have the ability to do it. So I think that it starts with your internal dialogue. The next one is gaining knowledge. We have to be willing to put in the time and the effort to research and study what it is that we want to learn. We want to be a great stylist. There's no way that we can do that without the education to be able to accomplish and create the things that we want to. The third level is results. And I think that the results part is where people lose a lot of their focus, because each and every day when we're moving about our lives, doing what we do, we move in such small increments that we're not able to see how well we're progressing. If you had a picture of the first haircut or first highlight that you ever did compared to what you're doing today, I guarantee you that your work today is exponentially better than what you started with. But because we're moving in such small spaces, it's almost like aging. I don't feel older than I was yesterday. It was only 24 hours ago, but I know that I am. I don't feel that much better of a haircutter today than I was yesterday, but I know because of what I did, I am a little bit better. So those are the three things that you got to look for. You got to keep up your internal dialogue. Keep telling yourself that you're awesome and that you can do great things. The second one is keep getting knowledge, right? Keep learning. And third is watch your results, right? And as you see your results continue to grow, it should help to continue to empower your internal word of mouth. All right, so I hope that helps you build your confidence.
Carol's question is, what's the best way to increase pricing? Always a tough one for me. What works best?
Carol, this is a great question because I think that so many people in our industry always have this question because we are very price sensitive. The way that we do it in our salon is we actually celebrate it, believe it or not. The way that we go about doing our price increases is built on our stylists earning it, not just because it's that time of year again and now they're going to go up. So when we do it, we notify our guests through our inbox marketing programs. We have a video here if you'd like to watch that. The way that we would go about it from a dialogue standpoint is we would never use the dialogue of effective January 1st, there will be a $5 increase on haircuts. Sorry for any inconvenience. That doesn't come from a position of we're excited about this or we're proud of this. That comes from like a, I know it's bad, I'm sorry, right? Nobody wants to be around that. So the dialogue that we would use would be more along the lines of, we are so proud of Shannon for her hard work and her dedication to the hair loft. She's one of our hardest working stylists here, as I'm sure that you know. And we are proud to say that she has elevated to whatever the next level in our career path here is, right? Something along those lines. Put it in an email, send that out to all the guests that see that stylist, and include a link so that they can click to book now from that position. It's very similar to a product launch, right? If we were to look at Apple, because they're a big mentor of mine, they would never release the new iPad and say, I know you guys really liked the old iPad, but it's gone. We have a new one now. Right? They're going to be excited about launching this new device. That's how I see it. We're excited about launching this new menu. We generally don't do full team price upgrades unless we are tying that to launching a new product. So for instance, we use Paul Mitchell hair color in our salon, and so a couple of years ago they introduced a new lightener, their new Synchro Lift lightener. The price was a little bit higher than what we were paying for the previous lightener, so we took that as an opportunity for us to introduce a new, fresh, better service and then increase the price, right? So those two are really my suggestions, is make sure that it's earned for the stylist, or tie it to some sort of product launch which allows you to create something new and give something to the guest that is new, fresh, and better, that coordinates to a new price. If they're just going to be paying a higher price for the same thing, they're going to be disappointed. But if they're getting something new, better, fresher, I think that justifies the price increase.
Gabby's question is, my problem is, how do I grow as a stylist? I tend not to double book, but could if I had reliable help. Could you discuss your experience with assistants?
Gabby, this is a great question, because I think that it's probably something that a lot of freelance stylists go through. In all my time that I've been around stylists and in and out of salons, I've never seen an octopus that's a hairstylist. And what I mean by that is we all only have two hands. And so there does tend to become a point where you max out what you can do with these, right? It could be something as simple as when I'm doing a haircut and the phone's ringing, who's going to answer that, right? I need to answer that phone because I don't know who's calling. I need to book that next reservation for whoever that person is, but then I have to put this guest experience sort of on hold so that I can take care of another one. With Thanksgiving coming up, one of the things that I'm most thankful for is my team. Without them, none of what I do would be possible, right? So I know that I give them my 100% because they give me theirs. In order to have an effective team, though, and an effective assistant or protege program, you got to be willing to put in the time to train them, to make sure that what you want out of them is what you're getting. You're not going to be able to just hire somebody that walks in the door and is that magical Harry Potter wizard of hair that they're just going to be, the perfect assistant right off the bat. You have to know that you're going to have to train them and show them what and how you like to work so that what you're trying to do comes out the way that you want it to happen. If you're going to go that route and you are a freelance stylist, make sure that you do it right. Please, become a corporation so that you can have a tax ID number and become an employer as opposed to just being a self-employed freelance. So make sure that the legal side is there, but I do think that it is important to have a team because, again, we've only got two of these. So what are we supposed to do when we run out of what these can do? Who's supposed to help us? So, guys, that is episode 5. I appreciate you so much. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, as I mentioned, my team, my family, and you guys, the combination of everybody coming together is really what makes me love what I do. So drop your questions in the comments below. We're probably going to skip doing an episode on Thanksgiving. We'll maybe come back on Black Friday, or we'll get back to it next week. But please, if you're in America, enjoy your holiday. If you're not in America, you can still enjoy the spirit of Thanksgiving and just show you and express your gratitude for what you have in the life that you are able to live. So, as always, guys, hit me up at Benjamin J on Twitter, and we will see you on episode 6.